So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a stable again. And then let's see. Alright, there we go. go. Now we just gotta change the entrance of that to the Bella Twins. And we're done. Mm-hmm. Bien. No. Aquí en la... ¿Qué? Sí. Oh, mi tía se pide los huevos con jamón and bacon. It's like a thing in the fridge. Okay. Alright, here we go. The next part of the Hot Babes storyline. Hot sexy babes storyline. So we got Nikki Cross, Alexa Bliss, and Becky Lynch in one team versus the Bella Twins and Dana Brooke. And we will have a match. So here we go. The only way you get eliminated is through a table. And your points will count. So you'll stay in.
to 50% off jeans, with adults from $15, kids from $10. Only at Old Navy. Chris Rock. His razor wit has made him one of America's favorite comics, and despite starring in stinker after stinker, he somehow always comes out smelling like cash. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Wrestler come action star. 260 pounds of pure ass-kicking muscle that knows how to say beat down in 32 languages.
Is that true, Tony?
I have no idea, Johnny, but I do know this. Chris Rock has entered the arena and is making his way into the ring.
Fantastic.
Wait a minute. This don't look like no comic relief. What the hell is this place?
It's Celebrity Deathmatch, Sonny.
I'm gonna kick Chris Tucker's ass. Deathmatch, huh? This place don't look so tough. The neighborhood where I grew up, now that place was tough. I'll tell you how tough it was. My neighborhood was so tough, the school paper had an obituary column. Oh, y'all can kiss my ass.
Sorry I'm late. My 2 o'clock ass-kicking ran long.
Wait a minute. You mean I gotta fight him? This guy's no real wrestler? Now, Hulk Hogan, there was a real wrestler.
I may not have a sense of humor, but I'll tell you who Dwayne Johnson is. He's one of this country's finest wrestlers. That's who he is. Bring it in, you two. All right. No more lousy jokes out of you. And you. You can do whatever you want. I'm getting out of here. Let's get it on.
There's the bell, and we're underway.
Listen here. Just because you're one big-ass monkey...
Well, this is no surprise. Dwayne Johnson will have a commanding advantage in this fight.
That's great, Johnny.
A nude Avril Lavigne just entered the ring, Nick.
That's great, Johnny.
We're at war with Japan again, Nick.
That's great, Johnny.
How was your flight?
Is this how it's gonna go down? You're gonna follow every punch with a lame one-liner?
It's my Uber.
Well, let's see what you say when I bring on the pain.
Well, this is just plain humiliating.
Have you seen Dogma? Now that was humiliating. I'll tell you what Dogma was. Dogma was one of the finest examples of American cinema in the last...
Here's a little trick I picked up on the set of Booty Tag. What? That eyebrow supposed to scare me or something?
What is going on with everybody's facial hair tonight?
I do not know what you mean.
What's the matter? Feeling a little brow beaten? How you like me cry? Row before the rock. Where the hell did Chris Rock get an MTV Movie Award?
You kidding? Those things come in a box of cereal. Jimmy Fallon's got 10.
Yikes.
I know, right?
So, how do you like being in the ring with me, Nick?
I've been in worse spot. In front of the camera in the longest yard for what?
Looks like Johnson is setting up for a leap. Well, how about this, Deathfans? Chris Rock is completely unhurt, and Johnson is completely mystified.
Oh, he should have known. Chris Rock's never been hurt by a flop.
Not walking so tall now, are you?
Chris Rock still has some fight left in him.
He's really putting the wood to him.
Uh-oh. Chris better think fast, or it's lights out.
What the hell's going on?
Come on, Nick. Everybody knows paper beats rock.
Yeah, it's the Chris Rock show now.
Oh, wait. Johnson isn't finished yet. Mind if I cut in? Scissors beats paper any day of the week. Looks like your luck's run out.
Are you kidding? I'm the luckiest man in show business. I'm so lucky, pennies throw me in fountains. I'm so lucky, rabbits rub my feet. I'm so lucky.
Look at this. Dwayne Johnson has done the impossible. He shut Chris Rock up. Love him and hate him, I would say. Thanks for the hand. This next one will cost you an arm and a leg.
just using my head. Unstable. Oh, who am I kidding? Nobody saw that.
And the winner is Chris Rock.
What an amazing battle. I never would have believed that Chris Rock could beat The Rock. What will happen when a self-righteous rock group takes on a custom-built killbot? Who will play the role of the Grim Reaper in a lethal thespian throwdown? And will America's second-in-command teach a poker prankster that comedy is not pretty? Prop up your feet and prepare for pain. Tonight's on Celebrity Deathmatch. Hello, everybody. I'm Johnny Gomez.
And I'm Nick Diamond. Junior.
I thought I locked you in the bathroom.
Well, hello, Nicky Jr. How's it going, champ?
What?
I said, how's it going?
I can't hear you. There are voices inside my head.
Perhaps we should call a priest, Nick.
Relax, Johnny. He's just doing this for attention. Ever since Captain Duty possessed his soul last Halloween, the kid's been milking it for all it's worth.
The voices are getting louder, Daddy. Tell them to stop. No!
Here, go get yourself a soda.
Yeah! Soda time! Soda time!
And get some soda for those voices, too.
Hooray!
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's deadly docket promises to be chock full of punishment. First up, these rock renegades talk the talk, but can they walk the walk against a metal monster with the same name? It's Rage Against the Machine against the Machine.
Our second fight features two acclaimed actors in a dramatic performance that pulls no punches. John Cusack and John Malkovich will audition each other for the ultimate death scene.
And in our main event, this madcap musician wrote a spoof song that hit this career politician too close to home. Who will prevail in the immortal Battle of the Owls when Weird Al Yankovic squares off against Weird Al Gore?
Shut up! Shut up in there!
Where's your soda, Nicky?
I poured it in my ear to kill the little people.
Nicky, now you settle down or Daddy's gonna make you wear the iron mask.
No, not the iron mask. No, no!
Nick, what is this? The Spanish Inquisition?
What? The boy needs discipline, Johnny.
Let's go ringside as our fighters are making their entrance. There's Rage Against the Machine. If they're half as hostile in the ring as they are on their records, they should perform very well here tonight.
I won't do what you tell me! Not just the ladies! I won't do what you tell me!
These guys seem especially exciting tonight, Nick.
And why wouldn't they be, Johnny? Rage Against the Machine will finally get a shot against an actual machine in a fully sanctioned battle to the death.
Let's hear from the married couples! I won't do what you tell me! Go on, you stupid sheep! When I tell you to say, I won't do what you tell me! Don't do it!
Yo, Zach, here comes our challenger, the Machine. This automated assassin may look menacing, but we actually ordered it from a kitchenware catalog.
The machine was originally designed for food processing, but we made a few minor adjustments and converted this metal mammoth into the kitchen helper that dishes out death.
Yo, when you said we were fighting the Machine, we thought you were talking about, like, capitalist oppression or something.
Yeah, we're monarchists!
Marxist, dude.
Whatever. We don't want to fight no crazy robot. You sign on the dotted line, son. Then get your commie pinko comrades together. It's time to pay the fiddler.
Wait, where's Brad and Tim?
Screw that, man. I just answered the ad to play bass.
Well, it truly is a lean, mean, killing machine. Did you see how fast he cut through that rhythm section?
Now hold on just a damn minute. No one gets it on till I say, let's get it on. You got that?
Deathmatch rule number 1, don't piss off Bill.
Now, let's get it on.
Hey, look, we can change our name. It's no big deal.
Really? Yeah. We can call ourselves Rage Against the Capitalist Whoremongering United States Government or something.
Look out! The robot reels sack in like a rainbow trout, but here comes Tom to the rescue.
Yo, Machine,
machine. You're just a tool of the system. Yeah, that's right. You were produced in a third-world sweatshop and sold over here for bloodlust.
Amazing. Tom is reasoning with the machine.
His Ivy League education is paying big dividends, Johnny.
You're a product of the so-called free market, but you're not free. Here, read for yourself.
Tom is offering the machine some communist literature.
Does this mindless droid have the mental capacity to comprehend Karl Marx? No, it does not.
Maybe the machine didn't agree with Tom's liberal view.
Whatever the reason, Johnny, this leftist is going to have to be a righty from now on.
Ow! A free throw, you! Oh, my toe! Some little ball guy, he kicked you. Go get him!
You're barking up the wrong tree, machine.
Now I suggest you throw that thing in reverse, or I'll flatten your ass into foil and wrap you
Around my baked potato.
Reed's counteracts with a double team supreme. But it's no good. This machine's angrier than a rodeo bronco. Giddy up.
What just happened? Could it be? Has this titan of titanium finally met his match?
I doubt it, Nick. Those haymakers from Zack and Tom were not exactly flying fists of fury.
The tin can is finished. Rage against the machine is the winner.
Oh, yeah! Death to the machine! Long live Rage!
What a rip, Johnny. I hope we kept the receipt because that's the last manslaughtering mechanism I'll ever buy through a catalog.
I wonder what happened. All those calls to customer service, Nick. The machine has somehow sprung back to life. The machine pounds away with a punishing pile driver.
With those little dwarf bodies, these guys are going to have trouble raging against the vending machine.
Talk about divide and conquer. The machine clearly likes rage better dead than red.
Better get on, Red Johnny. This unruly robot doesn't care for polite discussion. It bottles its rage up inside.
What do you mean, Nick?
The machine preserves the piece and the body parts, containing this communist threat in decorative gift jars.
Is that what that is?
They're pickled people preserves, Johnny. You wouldn't want to eat them, but they make a nice stocking stuffer.
It's the thought that counts, eh, Nick?
The machine is the winner.
Rage against the machine appears to have been outraged by none other than the machine itself.
Stay tuned for more Celebrity Deathmatch after this. Welcome back, fight fans. Next up, two of Hollywood's most gifted actors, John Cusack and John Malkovich, are about to reprise their on-screen antagonism right here in the Deathmatch arena.
Let's go to ringside for the action. Assuming there'll be a next fight.
Shouldn't Cusack and Malkovich be entering the ring about now?
You know, John, I don't normally do television, but I just couldn't pass up the opportunity to tear out your liver in front of a live audience.
Don't count your chickens, Baldy. After tonight, you may get the Emmy for Best Performance by a Bloodstain. Hey, senor, yeah, could you throw me another cold one?
Look, Nick, we need to get this fight rolling. I'm going to go check the locker room.
Wait, that might be a job for Nicky here. Now, son, do you remember how to behave?
Papa, las pulses. Duele mi mucho. Mucho, mucho.
Son, don't make me have to use this.
No, por favor. No sombrero de hierro. Por favor.
I don't get it, Johnny. It's like we're speaking two totally different languages.
I'll be right back.
1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4.
Weird Al, have you seen the two Johns?
Yeah, but one John was in the women's room, so I got kicked out.
Look, Weird Al, the crowd is getting restless. We may need you and the vice president to fight next.
Johnny, I am ready to face the challenges posed by Mr. Yankovic anytime, any place in the year 2000.
Oh, yeah? You in what army? Oh!
United States Army, mister.
Okay, fellas. Save it for the ring.
Well, it looks like there's going to be a slight change in the fight card, folks. All you alcoholics out there, get ready to be knocked off the wagon because we have just the thing to wet your whistle.
These two Al's are far from pals, Nick. Weird Al Yankovic recorded a weird album that poked fun at Al Gore. This aloof politician was left with no alternative but to declare an all-out war against the Prince of Parody.
I guess these two are allied in their mutual hatred, eh, Johnny?
I'll say. There's Al Gore lumbering his way down to the ring. It's rumored that he doesn't have any knee or elbow joints, but those stories could not be confirmed or denied.
And there's the perm prankster himself, Weird Al Yankovic.
He's fixing for a fight, Nick. Listen to him taunting the statesman with his wacky spoof.
Mine eyes have seen the boring and the numbing of Al Gore. He is talking like a robot, standing stiffer than a board. He is wearing a blue suit that he wore the night before. That suit is always on. Gory, gory, hallelujah.
How does he come up with those crazy parodies?
Well, Nick, it's no eat it, but it seems to have rattled the former senator from Tennessee.
That suit is always on. Weird. I want a good, clean fight. Now let's get it on.
It's early in this fight, Nick, and Gore is already putting the taxpayers' dollars to work.
Hang on now. Al, this fight is mano a mano. I'm afraid your horse here would have to ride the pine.
I apologize, Mr. Lane, and I sincerely retract those beatings.
Hey, Gore! When I'm done with you, you're gonna be a stiff. Of course, then you'll probably be more laid back.
Permission for a rebuttal?
Al,
I appreciate your special brand of humor, Weird Al, but you have slandered me, my family, and the American people with your song, Gory, Gory, Hallelujah.
oh, yeah? Well, here's something more patriotic. I call this the Star-Spangled Slammer. Oh, beautiful for black and eyes, for amber with pain, for purple bruises, missing teeth all around your I spray some mace on thee, and pound thy gut and pick thy butt from cheek to shining teeth. What do you think, big guy?
I think that you have assassinated my character, Mr. Yankovic, and now I will assassinate yours in the year 2000. Thank you.
Al Gore attacks with the agility of a pregnant cow.
And the flexibility of a Ken doll.
Hey, Al! Duck!
Whoa!
Get it? Duck!
And Gore falls for Weird Al's lame tuck joke.
Hey, you wacky, zany, nutty funster! Catch the chicken! Ow! Working it!
Weird Al is doing a new twist on an old polka classic. You might call this the choke your chicken dance.
I'm sure Al Gore wishes he had worn the clip-on this evening.
I'm making an executive decision to end your life in the year 2000.
Gore has suffered an amazing barrage of blows and he keeps coming back to face the music. What's his secret, Johnny?
Unlike Bill Clinton, who feels everyone's pain, Al Gore is incapable of feeling any discomfort.
Oh! Hey, gang! Check out this new dance! It's called the Al Gore rhythm. You grab Al by the head and you twist him real fast. You zip between his legs and you kick him in the ass.
Oh, my God!
Did Al Gore just pass a bill, Johnny?
It appears to be some kind of law, Nick.
That's no law. It's an executive branch.
I can't imagine how it got up there in the first place.
Whatever the reason, losing that stick up his ass has given Al Gore some newfound flexibility.
Chief, Mr. President, sir, you wouldn't hit a guy with glasses, would ya?
I'd tell you, but then I'd have to kill you, Weird Al.
I think we're seeing a looser and more confident Al Gore. Look at him. He's taking an unofficial photo of Weird Al's insides.
In the words of your infamous song, Mr. Yankovic, I would like for you to eat it in the year 2000.
That's not an empty campaign promise, Nick. I think he's... Yes, he He's sucking Weird Al's brain out through his eye socket. I can't believe it. This fight is over.
Gore may be my name, but Gore is also my game. In the year 2000.
Vice President Gore is the winner! It appears that Al Gore is the ultimate alpha male after all, Johnny.
When it comes to crushing corny comedians, he certainly has my vote, Nick. But before he hits the campaign trail again, he might want to hit the shower. Stay tuned for more brutal beatdowns after these messages. Welcome back to Celebrity Deathmatch. If you're just joining us, we're up to our final free-for-all of the evening. John Malkovich versus John Cusack.
These two co-starred in Being John Malkovich, but only one of them got his name in the title, and Cusack has been miffed about it ever since.
Both of these battle-tested thespians have yet to hit their marks, Nick, and this crowd is not too thrilled about the delay.
That's it. We need to get this show on the road. It's almost time for my story. If these boys turn yellow, so help me, we're going to go round and round.
You heard the man, Nick. It looks like the real fight action might be happening backstage.
Nikki, get that out of your ear. You don't know where it's been.
Uh-huh. It was in the toilet.
Boys, look here.
What the hell is that? It appears to be a human brain.
Yeah, thanks for the news flash, Einstein, but this isn't my first brain, okay? I spent 4 months on location inside the head of this psycho.
At least I have a brain, John.
Good one, cue ball. I guess I couldn't see it under all that hair.
All right, let's go.
Whoa! What was that?
What? God, no!
Good heavens, we're inside the head of Nicky Jr. Look at the bright side, Nick. He has your frontal lobe.
Hey, let's get this thing on while we're young.
Well, folks, I suppose we'll have to call this one Beating John Malkovich.
The surface of this brain seems to be stickier than our traditional ring.
And Malkovich has the advantage.
You know, John, in some countries, the brain is considered a delicacy. What's the expression? Oh, yes, a mind is a terrible thing to taste.
John Cusack is chewing up the scenery, and not by choice, ladies and gentlemen.
I hope this isn't hurting my boy, Johnny.
Relax, Nick. According to most scientists, we only use 5% of our brain. Nicky Jr. probably doesn't even feel a thing.
No! No! No!
What the hell is that?
It appears to be a massive toilet bowl brush. Look out, people!
Hola! ¿Cómo está?
Malkovich wants to give Cusack a big piece of his mind, Johnny, but he can't seem to find him.
There aren't too many places to hide in the empty space between this child's ears.
Cusack issues a takedown from deep within the subconscious.
And Malkovich is pinned beneath his own mental block.
Hey, head case, why did they name a movie after you? I was the real star.
Cusack is whipping him with a brain vein from gross point blank range.
Next time, you should try a more challenging role, like playing someone other than yourself.
If the pummeling continues at this rate, Malkovich may be better off dead, because that is also the name of a movie that John Cusack was in. Help me out here, Nick.
Incoming!
Shut up!
That wasn't a brainstorm we just experienced, folks. That was a pain storm. And both actors are now using the electrical impulses as weapons. Malkovich shot Cusack with a neuron. They trade blows.
What a tremendous internal struggle.
Daddy! Daddy! Daddy.
Johnny? Nick?
And the winner is...
What happened? Am I alive?
All that action must have blown Nicky Jr.'s little mind.
John Malkovich is the winner!
Thank you.
But where's Nicky?
I got him!
Nicky, speak to me!
My head feels empty. I think my brain popped out.
Your brain didn't pop out, Nicky. Come over here and give your dad a big old hug.
Okay, well, that about wraps things up. For Celebrity Deathmatch, this is Johnny Gomez saying good fight, good night.
Coming up next week, the Battle of the Super Freaks. James Hetfield versus Fred Durst. And a special appearance by WWF wrestler Mankind when Celebrity Deathmatch continues.
Well, for one thing, they're two-dimensional.
Come on, Johnny. All celebrities are two-dimensional.
Okay, you two punks, I want a good, clean fight. Any questions? Yeah. Can I do your granddaughter? I'm in no mood for your wives, crap. Let's get it on.
Get it on? I'm not gonna get it on with you, dude.
You folks at home are witnessing the first ever battle between two living, breathing cartoon characters.
We should mention that this fight is sponsored by our good friends at the Wacme Corporation. They've helped us ratchet up the action with a trunk full of fun things to play with.
Or to kill with if we're lucky.
Hey, Brian, check it out. Maybe there's some cool pornography inside. Yeah.
Incredible. It's some kind of giant pencil.
Give me that, fart knocker. Hey, Beavis, check it out.
Hey,
Cool.
what are you doing? Hey,
Whoa. I erased your unit.
I'm sorry. I need my unit.
Yeah, right, ass munch.
I know.
Beavis takes a pencil to the proboscis.
One head is down, but not for long. He's going back into the trunk.
Whoa, what the hell is this crap? Dung hide?
Look out!
Whoa.
That dehydrated boulder just got soaked! And one head is squashed like a June bug in July.
Beavis, you dumbass, quit screwing around and help me out.
Hang on. I'll blow you up.
Blow me.
Beavis approaching with a fire extinguisher.
Astonishing! That extinguisher blast has given Butthead a whole new dimension. The 3D dimension. I've never seen anything like it.
Whoa, check it out, Beavis. I'm in 3D.
Cool. Do me.
Yeah, I'm not doing you, asswipe. Do yourself.
Cool.
Hey, Beavis, you're like fat.
It's a buffet melee down there.
Exploding farts are cool. Whoa. That's pretty cool.
Damn it. How am I gonna spank my monkey?
James are taking advantage of an unattended refreshment cart.
Something's terribly wrong with Beavis.
He does seem to be quivering uncontrollably.
Damn it, Beavis. Get back in here so we can fight to the death. Or something.
What do you think?
Your TV for me, Mongolia.
I can't believe it. It looks like Beavis has transformed into his alter ego.
Who's his alter ego?
I am Cornholio. Beavis, knock it off.
Are you ready,
Beavis? Settle down, Beavis.
Oh my God! Cornholio is turning this ring inside out. Not to mention his opponent.
This fight may be over.
And the winner is Cornholio.
What the hell is he doing now?
It looks like he's gathering up those long, bloody, buckhead strips. But why?
TV for my bunghole.
TP for his bunghole? I'm sorry I asked.
And with those words of inspiration, Beavis claims victory over his former partner in comedy, but...
We're back, and tonight's second matchup may turn out to be even wilder than the first.
There's never been any love lost between Jim Carrey and Mariah Carey. Not since he embarrassed her with that talking butt cheeks routine he did at Comic Relief.
Yeah, that was a real showstopper. And after that little flare-up in the parking lot earlier, well, this one could get really ugly.
All right, I want a good, clean fight. I want a comfortable pair of shoes. And I want a nice ham sandwich. Not too fat. You got that? What? Let's get it on.
And here we go.
Jim's using some clever intimidation tactics there.
Ooh, I can taste that one at the back of my throat.
Let's go.
Jim Carrey with some impressive motor skills.
What the are you doing, mother?
Devastating Mexican hurricane run. Normally that's a match ender, Nick, but luckily Mariah's thick skull cushioned the blow.
Oh, Mariah, dear, did you perhaps notice a tiny little mosquito around here? I thought maybe I felt something small landing gently on my chin just now. Why don't you try that again?
Mariah seems fed up with Jim's clowning around, and I think she's looking to take him out.
And another miss. You there.
Mariah's down! Now that's going to make her brown eyes blue. Black and blue, that is.
I'm the man of the hour, the towering power too sweet to be sour. Thank you. I love you all. Hello, my name's Mariah Carey. I thought I could win a wrestling match against Jim Carrey. I must be a total ass.
Oh, my God! Someone get that man a shoehorn.
Jim is down!
That's it. No more Mr. Nice Guy.
Oh, no!
That's it. Jim's locked up Mariah in the legendary sleeper hold.
On three, she's out. 1, 2, this is it. She's up. Let's fight, people.
Mariah's woozy, but it looks like she has a plan.
What a note! A beautiful voice on a beautiful lady. I'm covering my ears now, Johnny.
What?
Smoking.
Wow, what a fight! That girl's got a lot of guts and a spectacular set of vocal cords.
Stick around, fight fans, because after the break, it's the match the world has been waiting for.
should point out that I'm not the only Nick Diamond. There must be dozens, hundreds even. The odds that I'm a specific Nick Diamond are almost astronomical.
Nick, did you have some sort of trouble on your weekend?
What? What'd you hear? And I, for one, could not be more excited, Johnny. The Latin Idol and the Asian American Idol are about to go mono a King Dang Kong.
That's not really Chinese for mono, is it, Nick?
How the fang wang bong should I know, Johnny?
Okay, listen up, you two. Here's how it's gonna work. We've added a couple of backboards for atmosphere to make you two feel at home. But it's deathmatch, not some candy-ass NBA final. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. Now let's get it on! Oh, well, you nearly had it. Yeah. Okay, be the ball, be the ball.
Be the ball. Be the ball.
All right, well, that was a little off, but that's all right. You got another one coming.
I was the ball, though, right?
Well, yeah, for a little bit, and then you weren't the ball, and that's why you missed it, son.
Well, you said be the ball.
Here, could you take this?
Good thing you have your nanny here.
Now what?
Never mind.
Hey, you know, you kind of sexy.
Thank you. I eat right and I exercise.
Well, I can see that. Let me ask you, how much you make a year?
I do all right.
Yeah? You know, you spot me some cash, I'll put a ring on that finger. Hey, Britt, it's Big Daddy. Can you give me $20? I already spent my allowance. Please? Oh, baby, don't make me. All right. And then like this, and then this, and this. And then I spin and move and drop and stop and done.
I've been searching for you. Nice to meet you. But think of the calories. All over chocolate frosting. Yes, but we were fat and ugly. No ones will love us. We want it. We want it now. We deserve it. Delicious.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Celebrity Deathmatch Rockstar the Shaggy. It's time for our second fight of the night. Shaggy versus Bob Marley.
Is Shaggy a new and improved version of the Reggae Master? Or is he just playing reggae for dummies? Let's find out.
And there he is, the one who calls himself Mr. Bombastic, Shaggy.
Ever since his return from the Gulf War, this fellow has been delighting millions with his hot rhythms and smooth island vibes. Naysayers call it mall reggae, but the millions of albums sold speak otherwise.
And here comes his opponent, all the way from Frenchtown, Jamaica. His Royal Highness has a kindness, Iron Lion from Zion, Bob Marley. Bob Marley. Bob Marley. Who the hell is he? There must have been a short circuit during the transfer process. Either that or a Grateful Dead show. Die, Rastafari! Truly, I want a good clean fight. Let's get it on! Okay, Mr. Shaggy, before me press and watch me kick your behind, I have a confession to make.
As you know, I shot you said it. And although at the time I denied it, the truth is, I did in fact shoot the deputy as well.
A scandalous revelation. Bob Marley publicly confessing to a crime he's denied for years.
I confess this now to let you see I'm not afraid to kill a man. Especially a man who ripped me out.
Incredible. Marley's torturing his opponent with his own nanny dreads.
How straight his hair was, haven't seen shampoo in 20 years. I play more than just reggae. Haven't you heard Angel of the Morning? I forgot. My brother ripping out Jules Bluton too. Me, what about Ziggy? He sings all your songs. He even looks like you. He is my son. I love Ziggy. Yeah, but you don't name him after the worst damn comic strip ever? Yeah. Like Mr. Shaggy should be calling people names. Hey, Shaggy, where's your mystery machine? Shaggy, where is Batman? He's doing Scooby-Dooby-Doo
field is clearly not enough for these two.
Okay, enough of this. I need a hammer, a hammer, a hammer, a hammer. The hammer is chopped off down. Anyone got the hammer? I will put that small axe. Wait, I know.
What is Barley doing with that ring post?
Prepare to be well done.
Bob Marley getting knee with a move inspired by his famous band. Unless he meant the Hartford Whalers.
Okay, bro. Once and for all. Who is the best reggae star ever?
The music is more than just reggae.
Who is the best reggae star ever? Peter Tones? Last time. Who is the Jimmy Clifton? Alpha Blondie? Burning Spear? Lee Scott Perry? Who's in the Rico? You'll be 40? You'll be 40? Hell no!
Incredible! Bob Marley's coach his opponent to pieces.
Bob Marley is the winner! Listen up, my brethren. Whenever I leave this world, we must come together as one and become one with him. The same is true tonight. Got the light, bro?
What's he talking about? How's he going to become one with Shaggy?
Wait, I saw something like this at Gignism 2 in Montego Bay. Bob Marley's actually turning that ring post into a novelty smoking device for tobacco use only. This fight is over. Bob Marley is the king of Kingston.
Aquí está Michael Jackson con su caminata en la luna, suave como la seda.
Ya no eres tan rápida como antes, Madonna. Tu carrera está acabada.
No sé si ese ácido será tan fuerte como para arruinar la cirugía plástica de Jackson.
Al parecer sí lo era, Nick. Esa era su cara en 1978.
Has arruinado una cirugía que costó $500,000. Pagarás con tu trasero por esto.
Atrévete, amanerado.
Nick, esto ya lo hemos visto en los videos de Jackson. Creo que va a usar algo de la magia de Moonwalker para convertirse en un animal salvaje.
¿Qué sucedió? ¿Cómo creciste tanto?
¿Has visto su último rayo de sol?
No, Nick, esto es sencillamente horrible.
¿Quién es la mala?
Nada como una bañera de ácido hidroclórico para definir las cosas, ¿no, Johnny?
Big hand from Mr. Elvis Presley and Mr. Jerry Garcia. And introducing special guest referee, Jimi Hendrix.
Okay, you cats be cool.
Everybody was kung fu fight. Looks like Elvis is doing a little kung fu fighting.
Be cool, babies.
Oh, this is uncool. We're gonna have a far-out time here tonight. Everybody was kung fu Elvis peaks one in the pelvis.
All turned out to watch the most anticipated fight of the year. Miami Vice's top law enforcer Don Johnson squaring off against androgynous rocker Boy George.
This all started on a sultry summer night in the Florida Keys, captured by a hidden security camera.
Hey, Garth. Where's the party? You tell me. Buy you a drink? Maybe. Bartender, sea breezes for me and the lady. These last few weeks have been the most fulfilling time of my life. When I'm around you, I like me.
Oh, Johnny, that Tom's so afraid. Afraid of things changing.
What could destroy what we built together?
It looks like the Miami Vice star nearly went too far undercover on that mission, Johnny.
Well put. And tonight, we're honored to have a very special guest referee, the liberator of Grenada, our 39th president,
dead celebrities match.
Oh! The great communicator still got it, hasn't he, Nick?
He's put America back on top.
In the Mauve Corner, a recording artist who can use any public bathroom. Boy George. And in the Bass Corner, the 5 o'clock shadow, Don Johnson. His cornerman tonight is Philip Michael Thomas, Miami Vice's Tug.
He's doing Don a solid tonight, Johnny.
Well, I want to see the best match win. Now let's get it along.
Why didn't you tell me?
I was afraid to lose what we had.
We had nothing, Paco.
Get him, Don!
Radical, a shoot to the gut.
This is how we get a confession. Yeah, you're going for it.
It's not looking too good right now, Johnny. With that dancer's body, Boy George might not have the defensive skills to contain the explosive offensive firepower of an actor like Don Johnson. It may have spoken too soon, Johnny.
Yep, it looks like he brought his culture club.
Don, your shoe.
Why is that man kicking that exotically dressed young lady?
Don't wait. I've got something to ask you. Listen to this. Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me cry?
Oh, Don may be speaking with his fists, but Boy George is speaking with his heart.
Don, he embarrassed you. He embarrassed us.
That's what a good cornerman does. He pulls his man back from the brink.
You know something? I really do want to kill.
That's about enough, sir. Hands off the lady.
Mr. President, that's not a lady. That's Boy George.
She can call herself anything she wants, but that doesn't mean you can hit her. Not on my watch, Mr. Gorbachev. It's go time.
Reagan's pulling a Rambo.
And here's one for you.
I haven't seen Reagan this bad since Ronnie Jr. said he wanted to go to ballet school.
Well, it's bedtime for Donzo.
Ronald Reagan has just vetoed Don Johnson.
Wait a second. Looks like this one's not over yet.
Not so fast, Blade Satan.
The Ayatollah is going to administer you a whooping. Pig style.
Well, I said it once, and I'll say it again. I will never negotiate with terrorists. This is going to be sweet.
Don't look directly into the beam, Nick.
Darn it. Wait a second. Wait a second. I can do it.
Maybe you want a taste of the Ayatollah.
Looks like Reagan finally got the bugs out of that Star Wars missile defense system.
$5 trillion well spent, Johnny.
Well, hello. Are you okay, young lady?
Bentley. Now it's time for our main event.
Right, Johnny. Tonight's big fight pits a glitz and glamour Vegas showman against the new age street hipster he'd love to kill. David Copperfield going mano a mano with David Blaine in a fight we're calling Magician Meltdown.
And there's Copperfield. The pumpkin-colored magician has perpetrated some amazing illusions in his career. But there's one that's eluding him, and that's making Hotgun illusionist David Blaine disappear from the face of the earth.
That's right, Johnny. The Brooklyn-born Blaine has been giving Copperfield a run for his money with TV specials in which he's frozen and buried himself alive.
And here comes that cocky young upstart now, David Blaine.
Let's go down to Mills Lane as he addresses the fighters.
Copperfield, Blaine, I want a good, clean fight. And if either one of you pulls the corn out of my ear, I'll mess you up bad. Let's get it on.
Then Copperfield comes out aggressively, circling the block of ice like a jungle cat.
Oh, he
Great contact there, Johnny. Kicking the ice as if to say, you're cold, but that won't deter me.
Crowd is not happy with the pace of things.
Oh, I can't say I blame them. This fight blows monkey jumps.
Copperfield contemplating his next move.
But that's the Tornado Maker from his Tornado of Fire TV special. After the showman, Copperfield is riding the treacherous Tornado of Flame to melt Flame out of his icy prison.
Magic, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you.
Copperfield succeeds in melting the ice into a puddle. But where's David Blaine?
Hey, hang on, Johnny. Something's wrong with the hot dog vendor.
It's David Blaine.
What a spectacular entrance.
Greetings, sacred brothers.
Copperfield is burning with jealousy.
Burning with flames, Nick. That looks painful.
Copperfield's Vegas glitz momentarily outmatched by Blaine's gritty street savvy.
Okay, Mr. Blaine. The time has come for you to surrender to the wonders of magic.
I don't see where Copperfield can gain any points with the colored hanky bit.
Yo, man, that's the lamest, most tired-ass...
Hold on a minute. Houston, we've got intestines.
Classic bit of one-upmanship from the crafty Copperfield.
Lie away. Magic, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you, yes.
Looks like Blaine's attempting to regain control of this fight with one of his signature tricks.
Big deal. Hell, I've pulled the heads off live birds before. Hey, what's this? Blaine has reattached the bird's head and brought it back to life. I'd like to see Copperfield outdo that.
Oh, yeah?
You're messing my hair.
God, Copperfield's got one of the models.
I don't like where this is going.
In an effort to one-up Blaine, Copperfield has ripped the model's head clean off and is trying to reattach it.
Magic, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. I was gonna kill you, bro, but you're doing yourself in just fine. Oh, go wash your undershirt, you little gang member. You leave me no choice but to perform my greatest illusion ever.
Copperfield looks to be setting up for his most dangerous illusion, levitating over a tank of piranhas. This could either end very well or very badly, or somewhere in between.
Complete silence.
Copperfield calling for quiet.
There he goes. He's rising. Levitation, of course, requiring incredible mental genius. Hang on, Johnny. That's Copperfield's ex, supermodel Claudia Schiffer.
Hey, get off her, you tattoo ball of grease.
Copperfield struggling desperately to escape the hungry piranhas. He's badly injured, but has escaped what looked to be certain death.
Yo, Kreskin, you're starting to bore me. How about we let the fish finish their meal?
It looks like Blaine's trying to put an end to this fight.
Copperfield's lost a lot of blood. It would take a Houdini to get out of this mess.
Funny you should say that, Nick, since Copperfield is the largest collector of Houdini paraphernalia in the world. I see handcuffs, a straitjacket.
Look out! He's got Houdini magic! Baseball bat?
The old beetle with a blunt object till he's barely conscious. Incredible! At the last second, Copperfield turns this fight around.
Copperfield's the winner!
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
David Copperfield pulling it out in the bottom of the ninth with some help from vaudeville great Harry Houdini.
And might I say, Johnny, what other show could we put on?
having no idea what the hell's breaking loose. How about you, Johnny?
Well, as far as I can tell, that's Prodigy's Keith Flint up there. And he, like most people, has simply had enough of Celine Dion.
I know I have. Let's watch.
That Jake Flint really knows how to work a crowd.
He's rallying them up and loving every minute of it.
Normally, the singing of our national anthem is one of Deathmatch's most beautiful moments. But tonight, well, tonight it's gotten downright ugly. And it's about to get even uglier.
Yeah, I mean, I hate Celine Dion as much as the next guy, but this is pitiful. Crying out loud, the woman weighs 58 pounds. Whoa, would you look at that?
Dion was playing possum all along.
Time to call the hair club for Insane Punk Club. Who'd have thunk it? That little gal's a Celine mean fighting machine. Body piercing can be quite painful.
Especially when you've got magnetic objects around.
For a neo-punk superstar, he certainly runs like a pansy.
And here comes Celine. She's got him set up for a rodeo takedown.
I've heard of people being into bondage, but who thought anyone would be willing to subject themselves to this kind of punishment?
Time to smack my face up.
Oh my God, that's inhuman! It's just heartless the way she's pummeling that pitiful little Eurotrash maniac.
Poor little punk.
Nice head whip. Again.
Wow. French Canadians are really weird.
I don't believe we've ever sanctioned a bout between a human being and a parasitic exploding alien before.
Not this season, anyway. By the way, Nick, Celine Dion's liver is on your head. You might want to just...
You cannot hope to win. Dr. Ruth, but we've got two lovely ladies down there itching to kill each other. Death Bowl 99 is about to kick off.
Only you got a big chest. Usually you got a big behind. Here, I'm the big chief. And when I say go, let's get it on.
Nick, you could say these two ladies are pumped up for this fight.
Nice team.
Dolly is probing the defense, while Jennifer is trying to set the tone with her large ass. How do you see the fight shaping up, Dr. Ruth?
It's a typical homogeneous soul matchup. But remember, Dolly may have a sizable advantage. She's got two teeth. Jennifer, no matter how big it is, has only one ace.
You're the doctor.
Good uppercut from Dolly.
The only thing that big old butt is good for is a soft landing.
You mean like this?
A fantastic recovery by Dolly Parton.
Uh-oh. It didn't take them long to break out the heavy artillery.
Kaboom, Johnny.
There's a nobody part in town, Abby.
The aerial butt slam is one of the most complicated moves in sports, Nick.
Extraordinary breath control by Miss Cotton.
Unbelievable.
Oh, a beautiful butt.
She's gonna need an aspirin.
There's a ticket to Dollywood.
Breasts are arms.
A woman who's really comfortable with somebody is a beautiful thing. Now it's time to say hello, Dolly. Up close and personalized.
Dolly takes the offensive. But Jennifer counters with her deadly arsenal.
Whoa, Dolly's down, but not for long.
Jennifer Lopez looking to take her out, and she eats the turnbuckle.
That's just the
The winner is Jennifer Lopez's ass.
Jennifer's ass stages a come-from-behind victory over Dump. Which Teen Witch will cast the ancient spell of the kicking of the ass? Which terrible twin will tear the other limb from identical limb? And which celebrity couple will be crowned king and queen of the Deathmatch Prom? Find out tonight on Celebrity Deathmatch. Hello, everybody. I'm Johnny Gomez.
And I'm Nick Diamond.
Welcome to a very special episode of Celebrity Deathmatch, as teens from all over America are here to celebrate our first ever teen night. Rest assured, we're all in for a night of good, clean, teen-style fun.
And what a kick-ass fight card we have lined up for you kids tonight.
There's magic in the air for our first bout when two enchanting starlets use their dark powers of necromancy to necromance the hell out of each other.
Melissa Joan Hart, also known as Sabrina the Teenage Witch, will be taking on Alyssa Milano, one of the bewitching young sisters from Charmed.
Our second bout has been 15 years in the making, and now that they've reached puberty, they're ready to unleash their raging hormones on each other.
Mary Kate versus Ashley. Which Olsen twin will survive to see Sweet 16?
Finally, what better way to finish off this teen night than with our main event, the Deathmatch Prom.
Like any prom, they'll be tiny, dancing, and of course, the crowning of prom king and queen.
Competing for the crown will be two of today's hottest young heterosexual couples. From Party of Five, one of TV's most popular on-screen two-films, Jennifer Love Hewitt and Scott Wolf.
And a glamorous real-life couple that's all too familiar with cruel intentions, Reese Witherspoon and Ryan Philippe.
But first, something wicked this way comes. A witchcraft fight between Melissa Joan Hart and Alyssa Milano. Word has it, Alyssa feels Melissa's trying to one-up her as the sexiest witch on TV.
With those two involved, it's gonna be the sexiest hexing ever.
Let's go down to the ring, where Mills Lane is waiting to do his wizardry. He can't seem to find either one of our supernatural combatants. Looks like Mills is on a bit of a witch hunt.
Where is that Melissa Joan Hart?
Sorry I'm late. I had to do a little shopping in the other realm. They had a sale on designer amulets.
And where is that Alyssa Milano?
You know, Nick, that's some itch Mills has got there.
Get that man some conditioner.
Whoa, what a charming surprise. It's our other combatant, Alyssa Milano. But where's the real Mills?
Alyssa, if I don't want no fake David Copperfield crap, I want some real old-fashioned witchcraft. Now let's... What the hell is this dress? Maroon ain't even my color. That's more like it. Okay, now let's get it on.
Alyssa, you have been such an inspiration to me. Going from clean-cut child star, cheesy men's magazine pinup, but two can play it that I used to be a teenage witch, but now I'm for adults as well. Listen, Hag, there's only room for one sexy young witch in Hollywood, and that's me.
Wow, they don't make witches like they used to, do they?
Spellbinding, Johnny.
Say goodbye to your beautiful skin and hello to my favorite kind of lemon. The grotesque, single-haired wart. Yeah? Well, this'll put a damper on your magazine pictorials.
Look at that honker.
You could hang a billboard on it.
Feel my wrath, you old toad.
That's Melissa's no Annie Oakley.
She could stand to log a couple more hours at the firing range.
You think that's funny? What's funny is you, with the hook. Tawdry little bitch.
This black magic is getting out of control.
They started out as two lovely young ladies, and now they're just plain idiots.
Incredible. I haven't seen such otherworldly action since the Wicked Witch of the East beheaded Elizabeth Montgomery, and it's taken quite a toll.
Teen celebrities or sideshow attractions? You be the judge.
That's it. I didn't want to have to do this.
What's Melissa up to, Johnny?
Thanks, Donald.
She's summoning her witch's familiar, Nick. It's usually an animal that has special powers.
right.
Good kitty. Now kick her ass.
Oh, yeah! The magic cat is where it's at.
Just you wait.
Unstoppable.
High school, right from
Now Alyssa's calling upon her, which is familiar.
What kind of strange sorcerer's apprentice will it be? A snake? A raven?
Oh, my God! It's neither snake nor raven. It's Alyssa's old co-star from her first TV show, Who's the Boss? Tony Danza.
Hey, Alyssa, how's it going? Look, Kitty, I'm going to show you who's the boss.
Really? Well, I plan on severing your spinal cord.
What do you think of that?
This! Danza, you fool! You may have taken my tail, but I shall take your life. How's this amazing battle going to end?
It's a bad situation, Johnny. We're either going to get complaints from the animal rights people or the Italian-American Association. Looks like it'll be angry letters from the People with No Faces Coalition.
This crowd is really having a ball with Tony Danza.
Looks like it's just you and me, Melissa. Oh, and my magic broomstick.
What the hell's going on in there?
It's that damn black magic, Johnny. It's taking hold of the broom, and now the broom's taking hold of Melissa.
Pull me down from here. Melissa, how do you like your steak? I prefer well done.
Classic way to get rid of a witch, Nick.
I usually go for dunking them in the river myself.
Kitty? Oh, come on, help me, Kitty, help!
Don't worry, Dark Mistress. I'll save you. Amazing. It seems that even witchcraft can't defy the laws of gravity.
I declare Melissa Milano to be the witchy winner.
Well, there you have it, folks. Just like magic, Melissa Joan Hart has been transformed from an attractive young witch to a great big smear on the canvas.
And Bill's Lane has become the first African-American woman to ref a death match.
I'm proud to be part of this.
Next up, they're cute, they're silly, and they're gonna get it on in a no-holds-barred bloodbath to the death right after this.
Johnny Gomez.
Oh, my God! And here come our fighters. And I'm Nick Diamond. Grab for the underwear.
Celebrity Deathmatch.
Tori versus Monica was not a fight that we had planned to do originally in that first episode, and then by default we decided that we had to do it.
When we're trying to get the likeness, we just try and keep things basically within this set of proportions.
Douglas will try and find the most distinguishing characteristics and sort of exaggerate them. And that's what makes for a great caricature. So it's like from this to this.
Ay, così, tesoro!
There's Hillary. This is how I saw her.
Tra poco alzerò il mio piede presidenziale e sferrerò un calcio esemplare nelle chiappe di Monica Lewinsky.
I don't know, for some reason Hillary just jumped out as this shape to me. Jennifer Flowers.
Avrà bisogno di una spinning.
Oh, she always has that look like she's out for revenge. And here's Monica. Paula Jones, of course.
Guardate, ragazzi! Quella è Paula Jones!
Like I said, some people are already caricatures.
Con me, baldraccona fletch!
I'm so glad that we did that death match, because now it feels to me that really feels like a classic fight, you know, in the whole history of the series so far. You have a shot where Jim Carrey's head grows really large and then it explodes.
The animators would have had to do a bunch of replacement heads and either squish the head down and run in reverse or keep replacing more and more heads.
I got to try something that I had always wanted to try, which was basically doing what's known as a morph.
Every now and then we'll pull out the morph trick, and this one worked really well for this situation.
A morph is basically a computer-generated dissolve, where you go from one extreme to the next, to the next, to the next.
What we ended up deciding on was to take about 5 images of Jim Carrey's head in different positions.
And to do that, we actually sculpted 5 degrees of Jim Carrey's head growing.
And I had to track where the veins were on the head, and make sure that the eyes and the mouth expand all at the same time.
And then we basically morph between each head.
He starts off with a smaller head, and we morph maybe about a second into a larger head. And then there's a whole bunch of larger heads here that it's morphing in between. So when you see it played back, we get this nice, smooth sort of morph, and then he explodes.
The puppets that we use start as wire armatures. It's basically like a skeleton, an internal skeleton made out of a bendable wire that holds its pose every time you move it. And it's cast into a mold in which foam rubber is injected. The advantage of working in foam rubber is that if this puppet were made out of clay, it would weigh much more than it does, and you'd be faced with the challenge of it wanting to topple over. You're sort of fighting gravity at that point. So it's kind of a nice way to work. It's a nice way to animate.
You take a shot of the character, you take a frame, and then say you want them to climb up the ladder. You move their arm, you move their leg, move them up a little bit, and then take another shot, and just keep doing that until they walk up the ladder.
The thing that separates this series from I think anything else that's ever been done is we're using a digital cap. System to actually capture the animation.
With this equipment, you can see whether it's working as you're shooting it. So you say, well, that doesn't seem fast enough, I'll make it move a little bit bigger, and it'll happen a little faster.
This camera is basically patched straight into the computer. The frames are stored right onto the hard drive.
You can immediately work out the timing by eye.
If there is a problem, if we notice, his arm's not twisting the right way or something, we can actually go back and correct the mistake. Delete those frames and sort of pick up at a certain point.
So often I end up using this function on the computer called truncate. We're just seeing what the movement was, making sure that somebody's not going this direction and then turns back. By pulling the lever, you can just kind of see where you are and what you're up to.
And it allows us to work in a very efficient way and really focus on the animation and not be too burdened by the overall process. It's really a nice way to work. To get the characters talking, we basically have a different sculpture for each mouth position.
There's 8 or 12 basic mouth positions that can be used to pronounce all the words.
For different emotions, we'll have a set of angry mouths and then a set of happy mouths, extremes.
Jim's mouth set was insane. You can't ever reuse his mouth for anybody else. This is just for him. They give us a sheet with the mouths, the various little tiny mouths that we stick on there. And you just take one off, put the mouth on. They stick right on the clay, and you can see when you take the frame, you can see the mouth change.
And that's how they talk. Seagal and Spade, that's kind of like your classic David and Goliath death match. It makes no sense whatsoever. Again, this is something that you would only ever see on this show. And it's actually, it's got kind of a surprising yet very appropriate ending.
The championship ring being shot through a slingshot improvised out of a pair of underwear. The animators shot this scene without the ring in it.
Hey, Mr.
And we were to put the ring in later. And as it gets shot, the ring comes flying towards the camera like that. Now, for the animators to do that, it's possible, but easier for us to do it back here, less for them to worry about in the back room. It enables us to do a nice blur, too, when the ring gets right up to the camera. We've got a nice sort of soft look, and we can control that back here a bit easier than they could in the shoot rooms. Yeah, and here in this shot, we were able to add just a little bit of blood as the ring passes through his head, and it just kind of shoots out. Just a little blood, just enough. And some clay blood on the back end. The animators only had to worry about showing the character get hit. We added the ring in later with a piece of blood on the front. It's easier for us to do a movement like that. And they really don't, it happens so fast that the animators really don't need to see how the ring passes through. They're okay just doing the reaction.
I love saying the title of that fight. It always gets a reaction, The artist formerly known as Prince versus the Prince formerly known as Charles. Again, these two polar opposites, and of course you're going to have great, dynamics putting two people like that in a ring together.
Look out, Charlie! We had to do a dance number with Prince, and that was pretty interesting because he's a very fluid person and has very much a style to his dancing. That's where you really make the characters come to life. As we were shooting, we're looking at the shot and just trying to make sure that the motions were extreme enough. We just had to try and make it really slick and really kind of funky at the same time.
Plus, it's got the queen. So it's just completely off the wall.
It's one of those high concept ideas, celebrity ultimate fighting in clay, where it's like, wow, we got to do this.
The process for producing this show is basically sitting around with a team of writers 3 times a week
and try to figure out which celebrities we'd like to see
rendered in clay
battle it out in a death match.
After we decide who the matches are, a scriptwriter will go away and write the actual episode.
And immediately we have a design person who will start doing rotations of each character.
Step 1 is I get a likeness. Exaggerate as much as I can, make it funny. Then I do this rotation. And this has to show that this isn't just a 2D drawing, but a 3-dimensional drawing.
Once the character is rotated, the designs go to a model shop where they take these rotations and then they basically reproduce them in a 3-dimensional sculpture.
We'll get a mold for a head, and we have to pour maybe 12 heads per character. The heads get destroyed as they're animated because they're clay. They want to sculpt a funny expression, and they destroy them.
Oh, I think I just found, yes, Steven Seagal, ladies and gentlemen. while the puppets are being fabricated, we then have a board artist who storyboards the entire show.
They choose where the action is going to be. Is it going to be taking place in a wide shot? Will that be a close-up? How the cuts will impact the action? How the cuts will forward the drama of the shot? You know, to create tension or to create a slower mood? And that is all done at the board level.
Yeah, once the board is done, the puppets are designed and created, all the sets are built, all the props are created. Then we can
Nice.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is a cage match for both the NXT Women's Championships. And it is a cage match, so you'll be locked in the cage. You must climb out of the cage or knock out, pinfall, or submission to end this match. Referee, ring the bell. Let's go.
Go into the shoot rooms and begin animating. This is what's known as a hot set. That means everything's locked down, puppets are ready to animate, and nothing can be touched at this point on, because if anything gets bumped, jiggled, or moved, it's going to show up on film. So we're going through the halls of Celebrity Deathmatch.
We have the soundtrack for the whole show. We get a storyboard on our door, and with that, we set up the shot and bring in our director. Our director usually acts out the scene or tells us how he wants their little faces. And then with that and the sound, we just do some acting. Well, this is the Backstreet Boys, and they're in a robot that's out to attack the Beastie Boys. Let's do it, guys. And just now, Marlon Brando got shoved in the tailpipe of their robot, and they're all choking. So the gas is going to come in as a 2D effect, and I have to animate them gasping for air.
Can't breathe. Oh, I can't sing. I can't sing.
This is the composite room, and this is where all the footage comes. Every morning, they take the drives out of every computer in every animation room, and they all go in here, and the footage is basically all compiled together, and this is where the editing process begins, and also where we start applying all of our special effects.
We'll do complex shots in this room, maybe shots that have a few different elements, some extra sparks or lightning, flying body parts. Right now I'm working with this chunk of body part right here. What the animators have given us is the body part as it hits the head. So I need to fly it in right up to that point. So I've picked a piece that looks pretty similar to the piece on the crowd member. And I'll just move back a few frames and start the piece off maybe somewhere up here. And I can add a little rotation. Maybe I'll have it rotate back a bit. So now it'll fly in with just a little spin and hit the character. So we're sort of the last step before the post-production online, where the sound and all the final image sweetening happens.
Then we'll put full sound effects and post audio. And pretty much that's the show.
Good fight. Good night.
It takes about 4 to 5 weeks to completely animate one half-hour show.
We do the show in an amazingly short amount of time as compared to traditional animation.
I think everybody has a fantasy of seeing two celebrities that are rivals get into a ring and, beat each other senseless to see who really is the top celebrity.
And it really makes for sort of a unique and special show, and a really fun show that you can just sort of sit back and enjoy. It doesn't require a lot of thought. You just you sit down and you watch a couple of good fights, and you blow a half hour, but you've had a good time.
the top of the charts, but there's only room for one at number 1. Both these kids grew up in Detroit, perfecting their chops on the mean streets of Motown. Eminem even joined Kid Rock on one of his early albums.
But now they both want to be the king of the white rap capital of the world.
So tonight we'll separate the white rap from the white crap in a deathmatch special we're calling Total Request Dead.
That's right, we brought in Total Request Live's Carson Daly to host the Havoc. Take it away, Carson.
Hey, party people! Okay, great. I'd like to thank all the guys at Deathmatch for having me. We've got some real special, hey, could you guys, pay attention? People!
Uh-oh. One thing I've learned from my years at Deathmatch is that you do not want to tell this audience what to do.
Right. These hardcore fans aren't the starstruck 14-year-old girls Carson's used to working with.
Of course, it doesn't help that there's a small flicker night at the arena.
Hey, watch it! Listen, I don't have to be here talking to you and showing your emails on screen. If you don't want to see unbridled, gratuitous bloodshed, that's better. So, hey guys, if you're ready, let's, get it going on.
What's up, kid? Yo, if you're fighting his ass as you're rapping, I'll be home watching Showtime at the Apollo in no time.
Bring it, Whitey, if you can.
Hey, kids, do you like violence? Want to see me put... Oh, man, I can't rap without a beat. My name is Slim Shady.
I don't know if Eminem has cred on the streets, but he's certainly earning it here in the arena. Kid responds with a white rap on a knuckle.
I haven't seen that move since Vanilla Ice was in the house.
Nick, I think we should leave the African-American impersonations to the professionals.
Woo! Hey, this is Paul in the arena. Kid Rock rules. He's the pimp of the nation, man. I love his music, and I'd love to see him kneecap Carson.
What? Yo, I ain't got the clock for that now. Joe C, get your scrawny ass up here and give him the 911.
What does that mean?
Ow! It's Joe C. Kid Rock's diminutive backup rapper.
I tell you, Johnny, that Joe C's no pussycat.
Ow, get away from me.
I'ma school you with how we real rappers scratch a beat.
All hell is breaking loose here. Isn't this cool, party people?
This is how we hammer down in the hoochie pond.
Ooh, look out! Kid Rock busting some serious moves, but he may have something else up his sleeve.
I ran my band that fat breakdance group for my posse up in the hood.
Yo, man, keep it real. The closest thing you ever gonna get to being black is when I turn you black and blue.
Okay, party people, time for the TRD trivia question. I think we have Sarah on the line.
Hey, Carson, first of all, can I give a shout-out to Julie and all the girls at the Short Hills Mall? Hey, girls!
Okay, Sarah, today's question is, what white rapper talks about growing up in the ghetto but is really the son of a car salesman from the suburbs?
That's easy. Kid Rock.
Yo, man, step off. Why you fronting on me?
Ow, cut it out, Bob.
What you do, you Marshall?
Yeah. Wow, a devastating headbutt from Chris Rock.
It's Kid Rock, Nick.
Who? Hey, man, you like magic? Neat trick, eh?
That's gotta hurt.
Come on, man.
They ought to call this guy Kid Rocky.
Get it.
My name is
Kid!
Hiya, dudes. This is Corky in the Deathmatch Arena. I just want to say that I hope Eminem can come back and win because he rocks the mic. Oh, could Joe C hurt Carson again? Because he pisses me off.
Okay, people, let's try to keep the focus on the fighters.
That Joe C's angrier than a pit bull in heat.
My ears.
Carson may not be able to hear, but he can read the writing on the wall, or should I say, on the email.
Look, I love you and Austin Powers. Come on, man. I think midgets are cool.
I'm not a friggin' midget, okay? Read the shit.
Unbelievable. Carson may have gone a little too far with that comment, but size doesn't matter when you've got guts.
And Joe C's got plenty to spare.
Yo, B.I.T., I'm gonna bust a cap in your ass. A kneecap, that is.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Joe, get it on over here, bitch. I got an errand for you.
Yo, Mr. Rock, I'm not your friggin' tattoo.
Show some love. I need a little hand, little man.
I'm not sure if this is a fair fight. It's 1.5 against 1.
All right, let's show 'em why my peeps call me the cowboy.
Eminem easily avoids Kid's blows.
But there's no avoiding that.
That's one Eminem without nuts.
You want Bison little punk.
Oh my God! Incredible! Josie has actually assumed control of Eminem's body. And his bowels.
A strange turn of events.
But there's no denying that the winner of this fight is Kid Rock.
I's the bomb, baby. I's the bomb. Yeah.
Hey, what about me?
Cut it, shorty. This is my moment.
That's it. I've been supporting you for years. From now on, stand on your own 2 feet, if you can.
What are you...
That's just like a rapper to use somebody else's body of work to make a hit.
I'm tired of backing you up. I'm moving to the front.
Nick, I think Kid Rock is out of this fight. And Josie's the only one left alive down there.
And that makes Josie the undisputed winner of this death match. Well, I guess that wraps it up for us.
For Nick Diamond, I'm Johnny.
It's time to put the death in Death Bowl.
Introducing the Holy Man from Atlanta, the World Heavyweight Champion, Evander, the Real Deal Holyfield. And his opponent, the former Heavyweight Champion, and ex-resident of the Indiana State Prison, Brooklyn's favorite hothead, Iron Mike Tyson.
Okay, you two. This is Celebrity Deathmatch. We don't have no fancy commission, and we ain't got no rules. So let's get it on.
Hey, Amanda, can I have your autograph?
Sure. Let me get a pen.
Holyfield's Achilles heel as a deathmatch competitor. He's too trusting.
1, 2, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I'm the world champion. I'm the world champion.
That's it? Frankly, I really expected this one to go a little longer, Nick.
Not the sense of closure we were looking for, Johnny.
I'm Evander Holyfield, and I'm stupid.
A cruel taunt from Mike Tyson, Nick.
Words, the most dangerous weapon of all.
Looks like we're taking this one on the road.
Just like the old days, eh, Johnny?
Give me back my belt,
You cheating coward.
Good rear-end collision by Mike Tyson.
Look out! Tyson has just sent them both dumpster diving.
That bottle should never have been in there. That's a recyclable.
You gotta think globally and act locally. Our world is our most precious resource.
Power to the people, Johnny.
Hey, Evander, your sneaker is bleeding.
Oh! It's gonna take more than a boot to the head to stop Evander Holyfield.
Get out of my bedroom.
Honey, they're from the Death Bowl.
Evander Holyfield's got the heart of a warrior.
And the bedpost of a total stranger.
What's Tyson doing now?
Hey, Evander, it's for you.
Hello? Hello?
When you're Tyson size, you've always got an emergency exit.
I guess Tyson likes Holyfield shaken, not stirred, eh, Nick? Nick?
You know, I haven't been with a woman for 3 years.
Evander, look, you're on TV. Say hello.
Hello? Hello? Oh, my God! That's a $5,000 video camera!
It'll take more than a video camera to stop Evander Holyfield.
I'll tell you, Nick, there is no love lost on that elevator.
Next stop, grievous bodily harm.
How much longer can this go on?
My guess is about 1 minute and 22 seconds.
I think you need some air, Evander.
It'll take more than a ventilation duct to stop Evander Holyfield.
Holyfield has Tyson right where he wants him. But wait, what's Tyson up to now?
Hey, Evander, look. I can see your house. Your wife wants you. She looks pretty sore.
Where? Let me see. Let Let me see.
Maybe you need a closer look.
Oh, man, a licensed demolition team. Look out, people. Get out of the way. Oh, my God. Looks like the reigning champion is Mike Tyson.
What do you mean, Mitch?
Well, he's reigning all over the sidewalk.
And the winner is Evander Holyfield.
An amazing finish. Holyfield takes out the former heavyweight champ and clears the way for a fantastic new low-income housing project.
Until that building crumbled beneath him.
Well, guys, that's the end of part 3, and now we can start part 4. See you guys in the next one.